Hello my dear health seekers, Inga from Health Origins here. So today I'm making a yummy chili recipe in my Instant Pot. So let's begin. So first of all, as usual, I'm gonna put my pressure cooker, my Instant Pot on saute mode, and we need to let this heat up until it says hot just here on the dial. However, if you are using a different, you can use a different stainless steel or a non-stick pot or pan, like a deeper pan if you've got, you can use that. But basically we'll need to put a little bit of volume of ingredients, so you don't want to start with the shallow frying pan, because you'll then need to change it. So it's good to actually start in a pot that you're going to be cooking it in, because then it's just one pot and you have it all contained in one container. So now we've got our pot staying hot, so I'm gonna put, this is 2 medium or 1 large onion that I've chopped. So as you can hear, it's already sizzling. So we put our onion and I'm gonna fry this for maybe 2-3 minutes first, and then we're gonna add our carrot and pepper. In fact, red pepper, this is 1 red pepper we could put together with the onion, because that needs a little bit more frying. So onion and red pepper can go together. And I'm gonna fry these for 3 minutes, and if it starts sticking, you can put either a little bit of stock I've got here, or just a little bit, maybe a tablespoon or 2 of water, so we can put a little bit if it starts sticking to the pan, just to deglaze the bottom. And while these fry, I'm gonna talk you through the rest of the ingredients. So I've also got 2 carrots grated here. I've got about a tin of black beans, then a tin of kidney beans. A tin is about 1.5 cups or so. Then I've got 1 tin of chopped tomatoes. I've got 1/2 cup of red lentils. So I've washed these, but I normally don't wash them. You can just put them as they are, because the heat will just make sure you take maybe the little stones if you see anything like that. But I don't tend to wash my lentils, especially the red ones, because they're just so tiny and so hard to just get the water out of them afterwards. I've got some oregano, we're gonna need a teaspoon. I've got some cumin, we're also gonna need a teaspoon. I've got smoked paprika, a teaspoon as well. Got some onion, so onion powder. I know we've got onion here, but onion powder just works everywhere. Then we've got some chili flakes for that heat, and then 2 cloves of garlic as well. So you could use 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder instead if you wanted to. And then I've got 1/2 cup of tomato paste. So that just gives richness to the chili. So that is our ingredients. You also I might add a tablespoon of molasses, just to give that sweetness to the chili, because there's a little bit of sourness from the tomatoes and also the tomato paste. So probably a couple of tablespoons of molasses I'm gonna add to just add that extra sweetness. So it's been about 4 minutes. I'm gonna add my carrots now. For maybe another 3 minutes or so, just to get them a little bit fried. So I'm just gonna, as you can see, the onions were quite brown already. All the caramelization that gets to the bottom, and then you deglaze the pan, then the onions become quite nice brown caramelized. So I'm just gonna mix the carrots in here, and I'm gonna fry this, dry fry it again for about 3 minutes. So it's probably been about 8-9 minutes in total that I've been cooking my vegetables. So for the last minute, I'm gonna add 2 cloves of crushed garlic here. As I mentioned, you could use half a teaspoon of garlic powder instead. And with garlic, it's very important that you only put it for, 1 minute or less, just so that it doesn't get burned, especially when you're dry cooking. So I'm just gonna, and it's better actually to make a little bit of circle in your pan, so you could put it directly onto the pan so that the garlic fries for that minute. I've just put it on top of everything, but so let it cook for about a minute, and then we're going to be putting all the rest of the ingredients. So it's been about a minute, the garlic has been cooking, so we're going to put all the rest of the ingredients. So all the chopped tomatoes, so that 1 tin goes in. And actually, it's a good idea to wash your tins of tomatoes or beans if you've got some stock with a bit of your stock. So I've got my stock. So this is 1 liter of vegetable stock. So I used Maggi vegan bouillon powder to make up a liter of stock. So you need about, of that, you need about 4 teaspoons per 1 liter. If you've got stock cubes, obviously follow instructions on your box of that. So we'll put 1 red kidney beans, already drained them before. So 1 tin of kidney beans. So about 1 tin or 1.5 cups of black beans. Then half a cup of tomato paste. So actually now we'll take it off the saute mode because we don't need it cooking anymore. So the paste goes in, then I'm gonna add the garlic powder. So this is about 1 teaspoon. Mine is quite clumped up, so hopefully it'll mix in once I mix it a little bit. 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, or just a little bit more. I love, because this gives the smokiness to the chili. Then I love cumin as well, so about a teaspoon of cumin. And then herb wise, we put 1 teaspoon of oregano. That goes really well with tomatoes, like Italian herb here. Then we've got half a teaspoon of black pepper, just freshly ground. Add half of your cup of red lentils here. So the red lentils are great here because they don't retain their shape. They're actually gonna melt into the whole chili, giving it like the silkiness and the body. You could use different kinds of lentils, like brown lentils or green lentils, but they will retain their shape, so you'll see little lentils, whereas this is gonna just become into a sauce. That's why it's great to use these in the chili. 2 tablespoons of molasses that I'm gonna add. So this will just add that little bit of sweetness we want. So a massive spoon, so about 2 tablespoons, I would say. Just that, will add to that richness and sweetness. Will balance out the sourness of the tomatoes and tomato paste. And we're not going to add any salt here because we've got the stock. So I'm going to add that liter of stock. Just make sure you swirl it round to get all the nice particles of the stock here, and we're not going to add any additional salt because obviously you've got the salt from the stock, but also you could add a bit more salt if you need to your own plate. That way you will not, you will use less sodium, you'll use less salt. So I'm gonna just give it a mix. So just to mix that up and to distribute, especially I've got that onion powder that's a little bit clumped up. So wow, that's looking already great. So yeah, so and now the last thing is spinach. However, because spinach needs so little to cook and you don't want to overcook it, we're gonna leave it out until after. So once the chili is cooked, we'll open it and then we'll mix through the spinach and it'll just slightly wilt. So yeah, so that's it. So this is ready now to close the lid and put it on the high pressure for 15 minutes. So we're gonna cook this chili for 15 minutes and we're gonna let it naturally release. So it'll probably take about 5 minutes to heat up, 15 minutes to cook, and about 5-10 minutes to release it. So you're looking about 25-30 minutes in total now, since, you know, so we finished with all the ingredients. And you know what else I forgot? Chili flakes. How are we making chili without some chili flakes? You could use cayenne pepper or chili powder or chili flakes. I've got some chili flakes, and I also have another smoked chipotle chili powder, which I'm gonna use too. So I'm gonna use about a teaspoon of chipotle chili powder. So this is not as spicy, not as strong, and especially for the amount we're making, that'll be nice and it'll give extra smokiness to the dish. And I'm gonna put about another half a teaspoon of chili flakes, because we don't want to go too crazy on the chili powder, just a little bit to give it just slight a bit of heat. Although actually I'll put one. Let's go properly. I'll put about 1 teaspoon of chili flakes as well. So that shouldn't be too bad, hopefully, for the amount. So you would tailor it, obviously start maybe with less and then add more if you feel like it needs more, because it's definitely harder to take it out than it is to add. Because you can always, when you eat your chili, if it's not spicy enough, you could always add a bit of sweet chili or a hot sauce or something as well. So I'm gonna put my lid on again for 15 minutes. So I've got my friend Alana, a taste tester, that'll help me taste test tonight. And by the way, I forgot to film how I opened my pressure cooker and put the spinach in. So it's about 3-4 cups of spinach that I mixed in and left it in the pot to wilt for about maybe 2-3 minutes now. So I've just literally done it a couple of minutes ago. So now we're gonna dish. So that's looking really good. So I'm gonna just dish a little bit for us to taste test it. There we go. I'm putting it on cold rice actually at the minute, but this is so hot that it should really heat it all through. So there we go. So grab a fork and let's maybe mix it in, because it's so hot. It's just obviously and it took about maybe 10 or even 15 minutes I left to depressurize naturally, and then put the spinach for a couple more minutes. So that's what happened. I had a bit of technical difficulties that I couldn't film. So
it's really good. Fantastic flavor.
Yeah, I think this is good. Oh, it's actually quite hot.
I like it hot.
You like it?
Yes.
So it's great, because we are actually cooking for Alana this time, so she'll be taking this chili home. So that's perfect for you.
Yeah.
For me and Mark, this would be probably a little bit too hot, too spicy.
Yeah, for me it's perfect.
Yeah.
It has that kick that I like.
Yeah. So has really nice flavor. I would probably want a little bit more salt. So you could either sprinkle some salt on your plate, or you could put maybe a little bit of soy sauce as well if you like, or if you want. But yeah.
For me it's good with the salt.
Yeah.
I prefer it like this.
Yeah, it's healthier. It's definitely healthier, less salt. So yeah, if you like this video, guys, give me a thumbs up. If you're new here, welcome to the channel and subscribe for more videos just like this on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And as always, remember, food is fuel, so be mindful of what you put in the body.
many.
So thanks for helping me today, Elena.
No, thank you for cooking this amazing dish. It's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, and yeah, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.